Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Cheryl, also known as SIGCruiser, and today I'm going to share my experience of what it's like to actually solo cruise. Now, I have sailed over 35 cruises total, and about 30 of those have been solo cruises. So what is it really like? I'm going to share 10 experiences that really stand out to me about solo cruising. Now, of course, the biggest benefit about solo cruising is having the room to yourself. Cruise cabins are so small. When you're cruising with others, hopefully just one person in the room, even having that one person in the room, it is a tight space to share, especially the bathroom. They're tiny as is, so with solo cruising, you have that space all to yourself, especially if you get a regular cabin at double occupancy. And sometimes you may even consider whether it's best to have that, or even if a solo cabin is actually worth it because of the smaller space that a solo cabin has for nearly the same price. You can turn on the TV, you can make as much noise as you want if you make noise, or if you want just peace and quiet, you can do that if you have a balcony room and you don't want to have light in your room, or you can keep those curtains closed as much as you want, as long as you want, not worrying about having a roommate that's going to open those up, all of that bright light in your eyes. Whenever you want to go to the restroom, hey, it's there, it's available. You can go at any time. Definitely having a cabin to yourself is one of the biggest benefits of solo cruising. Now, also, solo cruising, you get to make your own schedule. Now, oftentimes when we're traveling with family and friends, which is great, there is nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with traveling with family and friends. But when we do, we often have to compromise. Because if we're traveling in groups, a lot of times we want to do activities together, and which is understandable. You don't necessarily have to care for a particular activity. You may just want to spend time with just that particular person, a family member, a spouse, or someone that you're in a relationship with. So that's understandable. But with being solo, you get to focus on you. You get to make the decisions. You get to do exactly what you want to do. And you can even try new things. And if you don't like it, hey, you can get up and walk out and try something different. You schedule your own time. You schedule when you want to do an activity, when you want to eat, when you want to do absolutely nothing. It's all in your hands. You make the choice about what you want to do. You set your own schedule. If you want, you can try new things. Sometimes when we are with others and we want to be with that person or to hang with that person, we may want to try an activity or try something new, but the other person may not be interested and they just don't want to stand there, or they don't want to be left behind, and you really don't want somebody to go with you if they're really not into it. So with being solo, you can focus on exactly what you want to do. You can try new things that you might not have done if you were traveling with someone else or with a group. Now, a lot of times when you're traveling with others, with cruise lines, if you're traveling with others or in a room with others and you want to buy something like the drink package, well, both people in that cabin may have to buy the drink package. You may want to buy the drink package, but the person that you are traveling with does not want to spend money on a drink package. But of course, being solo, you're the only person in the cabin, so if you choose to spend your money on a drink package, you can without any fuss from anyone else. The same with specialty dining. It's not that everyone in the cabin has to buy specialty dining if you so choose, but often if you're in a cabin with someone else that's a close family member or friend and you want to upgrade and do that specialty dining, and perhaps they don't, but they want to dine with you, or they expect for you all to dine together, perhaps in the NDR or the buffet, well, going solo, you dine where you want and when you want. So if you want to choose specialty dining, you don't have to worry that someone else doesn't want to choose specialty dining, but they don't want to dine alone without you. You can solo cruise your own way. If you want to get on the ship and you want to party all night, you can actually do that. You can party and not worry about who's watching you because you don't know these people on the ship. Party all night if you want to. On the opposite end of that, as a solo cruiser, maybe you want to take even a weekend cruise just to get away, just to shut out the rest of the world, and just to focus on you and your wellness. Perhaps you want a weekend cruise where You can eat healthy, you can exercise, you can meditate, you can watch the sunrises and the sunsets. You can focus on your well-being. That's one of the biggest things that I love about solo cruising. Now, if you so choose, as a solo cruiser, if you want to connect with others, now especially today, because there are more and more people traveling solo every day, so you will always have the opportunity to meet and connect with other solo cruisers. And there are plenty of ways for you to find out who they are before you even sail. There are plenty of online communities that you can join for your sailing to find out who else is solo. If you're not into meeting others and you just want to go and be alone, you can do that as well. Hey, are you finding this video helpful? If so, I hope that you will like and share with others. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I hope that you will hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. I have more videos like these and more. Now, with solo cruising, when I first started solo cruising, there were a lot of different reactions that I would receive when people found out that I was solo cruising. People would either be surprised or pity. In our social norms, it's like you have to be with someone else, and if you're not with someone else, it's because you're unable to be with someone else. People couldn't fathom or grasp the fact that there were people who were willing and actually looking forward to sailing alone or even traveling alone. So back then, I used to get a lot of pity. People, if they found out that they saw me dining by myself, they would want to invite me over to their table or ask, hey, what happened to the other person? Assuming that I did not intend to travel by myself. Surely someone else was traveling with me, backed out, got left, couldn't make the trip, or something. And on the opposite end, I would get admiration. Like, oh wow, you're traveling by yourself. You are so brave. I can't believe that a young woman is traveling by herself. Now today, there's not so much of that anymore. A lot of that is going away. Maybe because there are a lot more people, more women solo traveling. So it's not as much of a surprise anymore. And for people who worry about others looking at them or staring at them, that's something that I don't notice. I don't think I never did focus on that. But I do think that there's less and less of that now, especially today with so many people solo traveling. And what's it like for solo traveling? You get to focus on you. You get to focus on what you want to do, your likes. And if you don't feel like doing something, then you don't have to do it. If you don't feel like going somewhere, you don't have to go. You can focus on what you want to do without putting others' needs and desires before yours, and without really sacrificing what you want to do. Now, there's a separate time for that. You can go with family and friends and do that compromising, but it's great to have at least one trip a year, at least one cruise a year, where you can just focus on you and what you want to do. So that's what solo travel and solo cruising is like for me. So do you have any additional thoughts on what solo cruising is like for you? If so, hey, drop them in the comments below and share them with others. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe and share with others. So until the next time, bye-bye.